let's do this. Yo, what's up? Back for another episode, Bachelor in Paradise. Only two left after this episode. How we feeling? How was your weekend?
Very low key.
Yeah.
Very low key. Yeah. Because I was on benders back home. I came back to Chicago and just chilled.
It's fuck girl fall though. You gotta be on a bender all.
I know, but I needed a weekend off. I really did.
I feel that. That's how I feel right now. I kind of need a weekend off, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Exactly. Duty calls.
Exactly. You gotta step up to the plate. Even at 27, you gotta step up to the plate. Even if you can't anymore, you're washed, which I definitely am. So
I feel washed at 25.
Yeah, it's bad.
Speaking of 27,
I'm old. I know.
The birthday boy.
Yeah, I'm old. I feel it too.
Shots. I have my chasers here. I had to. Cheers. Wait, cheers to 27.
Cheers to being old as fuck. Oh, I don't do shots. I can't do them. Oh.
I wish I had tequila. That was vodka.
That's what mine was too. There's a reason why I stopped doing
now.
Reason why I stopped doing shots. But all right, let's get into it. Crazy episode. First, we're gonna talk about Kendall. Kendall comes, basically says, I came here because I thought that you still love me. Joe said the exact opposite. And Kendall does her crying, and everyone's like, she's so brave for coming. It's like, why?
The entire time watching that, I was like, okay, you came here expecting what? She said, she was like, well, we'll always have love for each other. Like, why did you come here, Joe? And it's like, Joe came here to move on, Kendall. Why else would he fucking go there?
But he said that, and he's proven it.
Yeah, and he even, when he asked her, he was like, he was like, you're obviously not over this. Or like, are you over this? Like, and it's so obvious she's not. I felt horribly for Joe, specifically for the fact that the only reason why he was feeling, or like he consoled her and stuff, and that's only because Joe is the precious gem of a man. Like,
and they had a relationship, so he felt obligated to, like.
Yeah, I mean, he'll always care about her,
right?
Like, if she's crying in front of him, like that's gonna pull at his heartstrings. So like, had she not shown up there, none of that, he would have never had to deal with any of that.
Well, it's also it's a no-win situation. Like, if he doesn't go console her because she clearly doesn't want to talk to anyone else, everyone's like, dude, you're the dick who like made her come, made her leave, and she's crying. It's like, well, he did nothing, but
he didn't do any of that. She made that choice. Like, you came here knowing that your ex was going to be here so you could have a conversation with him, hoping that he would take you back. But then, like, the proof was in the pudding when he was like, you were never going to, you didn't even try to move to and live in Chicago. She didn't even try.
Right.
That's it for him. Like, that's it for him.
But I was like sitting there when everyone was like sticking up for her, like, good for her. It's like, she didn't do shit. She came on a national television show looking for one guy.
Friends.
And she made some friends. And then like Ivan's like, oh, this really puts a wrench in it. It's like, what wrench? Everyone knew she was here for Joe.
The wrench has been there since the minute she walked in and said, where's Joe? And then walked up to him and said, like, what's up, butt face, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, like she had her eye, like, Joe's clearly been doing other things, but she had her eyes set on one person, and if that didn't work out, she was going to make a hissy fit, and she was going to cry, she was going to go home, and that's what she did.
That's exactly what she did. Yeah, that, I, like, wish nothing but the best for you, Kendall, but also I don't feel that bad for you putting yourself in that situation. Like, what did you think was going to happen?
100%. There's a slim possibility that maybe Joe feels the same way. He's not with anyone, but that didn't happen. But also for Serena, even though I think Serena, like, after the first time, maybe she thought like, oh, does he still like her? But I think after a little bit, she kind of was like, I know me and Joe are good. But it's just she's probably got to be like, fuck yes, I'm so happy she's leaving because now we don't have to deal with it. And it's nothing that, like, I was worried. It's just like, I don't have to deal with it.
That's when that was my whole thought process the whole time when she was like, I want to leave. But when Kendall first walked up to Wells and was like, I don't know if I want to stay here anymore. Like, it's
Yeah.
obvious, like blah blah blah. I was like, props to our girl Serena P
Yeah.
for getting rid of the
For
one
sure.
wrench in any plan that
For
was there at that
for
time.
sure.
I mean, granted though, honestly, Kendall didn't do like anything of significance while she was there. Like she honestly didn't do anything to butt into their relationship at all, which I respect.
No, she
You know,
didn't.
at least from what we saw, like we could have
Right.
seen, maybe they did have more conversations, they just didn't air them because they weren't important enough, or Kendall and Joe are just on their hamster wheel of the same argument over and over and over again. So
Right.
like, why do we need to see it multiple times? But
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Because I could definitely see them like talking and Joe being like, look, it's always going to come down to you wouldn't move. And then it just like,
Yeah.
why keep showing that? But so that happens. Then next two new guys come on, right? That's kind of the next thing that happened.
DeMar and Ed.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ed, dude, he has no neck and he definitely does not squat. So like he was like walking around there like this, and then like they showed like a picture of him walking away. His legs were smaller than mine, and I don't work out at all. It was like, bro, come on. Like, what are you doing? Like
Ed, when kind of fast forwarding, okay, so when I saw Ed, I can't remember. It might have been, I think, Tayshia's season that he was on. It wasn't Katie's.
I think they both were on Claire / Tayshia's season.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I remember DeMar. I always liked DeMar. Ed, though, he was like one of those people that was like, he reminds me of the kind of person who like maybe was an athlete in high school, but like no matter what, he was like trying to be with the in crowd. Like, and people would invite him places because they felt bad.
Yes. Like he was like on the cusp.
Vibe.
He was like on the cusp of like the cool kids, but wasn't necessarily one of them. But then like he'd be the guy that would always say yes. So it was like, all right, let's just invite him. So then it was yeah.
Just one more head in the party.
Yeah. Like we could have 15 people, but let's have 16. So
at their date, exactly at the date. So he ends up taking Natasha, which I kind of feel like that's a producer setup sort of situation. But when they were doing,
I think it was one of those things like while he's walking in, it's like, hey, dude, Natasha's like the one that like she has nobody in play. So if you want a rose,
single.
Yeah, you want a rose, take her out. Like one of those kind of things, or
Yeah. When they were on their date and they were doing the face painting thing, and Ed was like, I don't know, I really just loved getting my face painted when I was a kid. Like, okay, from like
I didn't pick up on that part. I picked up on that part because I'm just like watching this guy. Is he a clown?
Like there's something off about you. And as soon as he was like, I love getting my face painted, I was like, that's because you're a queen, honey. Like he's a drag queen at heart. He loves to get his face painted.
Yeah. he's weird. Like
there's something off about him. Like just like Colton though too, which I don't want to like corner anyone into being like a closet gay or anything like that. And I understand that like face painting because of like, were you a kid who got their face painted?
Never.
Frequently?
Never.
Okay.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm a female. I obviously had my face painted multiple times. And I can understand how like it's relaxing with like the brush on your face. Like it's honestly kind of like it's almost kind of like a facial in a way.
Like
the dirtiest facial ever. What point a face paint? It's like soothing. It's a soothing feeling.
I would say this, Ed. I think you're older than me, but my wise words of wisdom would be like, never say that statement out loud.
Never.
Never. Like that, like to be like I loved getting my face painted. I would immediately think like a queen, or like you're a serial killer. Like like what? Like no. Don't tell me that. Like
generally any straight man in America would never admit to that. But
right.
He did.
And then who's DeMar and Chelsea went.
Chelsea.
They like kind of were like cool, but neither date was like, oh yeah, they're.
DeMar is like he's such a bro. Like,
Yeah,
he really
oh yeah.
is. Yeah, I like DeMar a lot. I'm nervous about him next week, like actually staying at this point. But they were, so before they went on the date, Maurissa was saying how DeMar, or Becca said that Maurissa expressed that DeMar was the one guy
She said it
that,
too, though.
yeah. But I was nervous. I was kind of nervous that
Well,
we would end up going on a date with DeMar. Luckily, DeMar ended up asking Chelsea. Like, we'll never know. But
well, the producers for the preview from last week set it up as if he did take Maurissa, because and then I think the like clip of like Riley arguing for next week they used last week, and then they like clipped it perfectly to like, oh, DeMar is the first person I want to see. And then you know how she started crying about how she like needed more from Riley. Like they put that like in the middle of it, so it looked like that was why it was. And then like, you know, she's like, it's so hard.
Needed from Riley.
She did, but like that, they clipped it so it was like DeMar was going to take her, and then they just threw in. I mean, I don't know.
Chelsea.
Chelsea, and then you know, Natasha and Ed. I think I don't know. Natasha has nothing else, so it's like Dr. Joe, she's not going for. Like,
no, that's the funny part too. Is like after the date, Dr. Joe, or like even right when she got picked, Dr. Joe was like, I'm worried. Like, what if she doesn't pick me now? It's like, Dr. Joe, you never had a chance to begin with.
The moment you said my Brendan, you're the whole thing.
The minute you kept defending Brendan,
the
girl who just got fucking scorned by him, like, nah, never gonna happen.
Right.
Like,
so yeah, he was like out of it. And then they move on. You texted me last night. I watched it today, not last night, and Kenny and Mari go on a date. It was just basically them eating food off of each other. Like, get the fuck off my screen. I don't want to see you guys have sex. There's Pornhub for a reason. If I want to go watch that shit, I can use my internet. I don't need to watch the Bachelor in Paradise for that.
I never want to see Kenny naked again in my fucking life. And you know what? I pinpointed it. I know why I can't stare at that guy and think anything of him. Is because he has those fucking star tattoos right above his fucking dick. I finally noticed it yesterday. No wonder why he couldn't stop staring at the fucking tree above that dude's dick and his dick.
Because he has the same thing.
Because he's got the same shit.
Yeah. Hey, that makes sense. I mean, fuck.
He is.
I honestly I don't really like either of them anymore. So I don't that was just, I honestly fast forward a little bit because I was just like, this is just kind of boring. I don't really like these two.
Good on you, because you're not disgusted. I can't unsee all of the things that I watch or unhear any of the things that I heard.
Yeah, I just saw one part where they were putting sour cream on, and then I was like, all right, this is enough for me.
Mari at one point, she said he's ready to eat my taco, but he's expressed that quite a bit. I was literally throwing up in my fucking mouth.
That's just just say you guys are gonna have sex.
It's we all know you already fucking did. And as soon as they got back from that date, they went straight to the boom boom.
Right.
They didn't even say hi to anybody.
It's just I saw a tweet the other day, and it was just let everyone know, me and my husband are trying for a kid. It's just say you guys are having sex. That's what that means. All right. We're trying to have a kid just means we're fucking.
Yeah, without where your dude is just loading into you. We get it.
Yeah.
We don't need to know that you're trying.
Yes.
We all know what that entails. We get it.
Hey, good for you, bro. You don't have to pull out. But other than that, man, we don't give a shit.
Less of a mess.
Mari, don't tell us he talks about wanting your taco. We know you guys been in the boom boom room. Come on.
That's so gross.
All right, moving on then.
Yes.
What even happens next? At this point, it was
Tia. It was the Tia conversation about James versus Blake.
Yeah.
I think.
But actually, James has stayed this whole time and has done absolutely nothing. He pulled this one out of his ass, though, and it was a solid presentation, little idea, because it was I haven't seen James do anything, and by anything I mean literally anything. And then he does this, and Tia definitely you could tell Tia liked it. And then she was also she had a total dude response where she was sometimes you got to think with your dick, but she didn't say dick, obviously, but it was like, that's like, typical dude answer, but she said that.
The tingle talk.
The tingle talk, yeah. Yeah, like when I kiss him, I tingle. When I kiss James, I don't. Like, okay, just say you want, just fuck him then. Like, what are we doing?
Like, we don't need Tia. I'm sorry. I'm very upfront. If someone asks me a question about anything, I will answer it. That tingle talk was like beyond. Like,
yeah, that was just like, what the hell? And then it also, though, it was in the middle of a episode that just like everyone decided that they were going to tell each other that you're falling in love with them. It was like, oh, we all have to tell each other we're falling in love with you guys. And it's like, no, dude, come on, guys. First off, who gives a fuck? And then I have to listen to Tia talk about tingle, and she can't understand who to pick because her fucking pussy tingles for one guy and it doesn't for the other. Like, what are we doing here, guys?
Disgusting. It's fucking like, you could have, if Tia would have framed that in a way of my non-existent dick is hard, like, or something. All she had
to say is basically like, when I kiss Tatty Daddy, it just makes me want to fuck him. When I kiss James, it makes me think of a kid in the suburbs, and I don't know if I want that. I want it's like the show Sex Life. Like, the one dude is the girl. Have you seen it?
No, but I've heard. So it's like about one couple, and then there's like the other guy.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And then basically her thing was like, James is nice, and this date made me think like it could get serious in that aspect, but he doesn't get me going. This guy, Tatty Daddy, gets me going. So it's like, let's say tingle on my,
yeah, but so then fast forwarding then to like Tia's conversation with Blake.
Yeah.
So the way, in all honesty, I'm kind of on Tia's side, because it's like Blake knew just based off of their like chemistry that he probably had like his horse was more in front in the race between him and James.
For sure.
But that's the difference between him and James is James's actions. Like, actions speak way louder than words. Mm-hmm. So that's where I'm very curious to see what happens.
James literally doing that little date thing like that. I think if he doesn't do that though, Tia doesn't overthink it at all. Him doing that the night before, then that makes Tia be like, oh, like he cares a lot. Oh, like this and that. And then Blake just sitting there doing nothing. Then she's like, well, what the fuck? Like, I'm the one who has the rose. Like,
yeah, and also Blake came in later. Like, Blake should be doing anything he fucking can to stay. I don't know. That it's the whole bottom line is actions speak louder than words in my eyes. Like,
and she said that.
Yeah, Blake did not have the actions, he had the words, and that's what he just sitting on the couch and was like, I would love nothing more than to leave with you. I don't know what else I can say. And it's like, act like that, Blake.
But he also said, you tell me anything, I would do anything you tell me to do. It's like, bro, shut the fuck up. Like,
yeah, it's like, dude,
come on, man.
Why do I have to tell you? But in the same sense, though, like playing devil's advocate, like a relationship works both ways. Like, she also didn't go up to him and talk to him about anything. But in a female's eyes, like, we're kind of waiting for some dude to make a move on us.
No devil's advocate, because what I think what I think is like, and honestly, I think girls do it more than guys though. But like, if I have two girls fighting over me, it's like, show some effort. She has two guys fighting over her. Like, if one guy shows effort, then you think the other one is just
Yeah, but then we have the whole tingle talk. That's the thing. That's where she's called it a 50-50, because she's like, we have this guy over here that's not making any effort, but he's making me tingle. And then there's this guy over here who's showing all the effort, but doesn't make me tingle. So what do I fucking do?
No, I think after that last conversation, I think the tingle talk went away though. I think if they went on another date, like the tingle talk's done. Like, I don't think she's feeling like that.
Tingle talk date.
Yeah, like TTD, tingle talk date. Yeah, I don't think it's there. So like, That's what I
That
think
tingle
is
has been ruined. You've extinguished the
right.
tingle.
Exactly. And so, and Tatty Daddy definitely had it in the bag though, but then he fumbled the
Patty
bag. He
Daddy.
fumbled the
Yeah.
bag, so
He fumbled it.
he's gonna be
He
Saddy
really did.
Daddy, as Lil John said.
Fatty Daddy when he
Yeah,
doesn't get a rose next
yeah.
week. Yeah. We'll see though, honestly.
He
Because
still could. He still
I'm like
could.
Tia, where I will get in the same sort of like I have a type and I will go after that type for
Yeah,
the most
yeah,
part, and it never ends up well, but I will
yeah.
still pick that type.
That's what she's thinking though, is like, do I go safe or it's not gonna end well? But I gotta say this. So we have gone this long, okay? And one of the strongest couples this entire time has been Noah and Abigail. They must be the most two boring people in America because we haven't seen anything. And they've been
But
steady. They've been like, you got to be boring.
last season of Bachelor in Paradise, Hannah G and Dylan, they were one of the couples that were established from the jump. And then they really had no airtime. They ended up engaged at the end of it.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, wait, what happened? But
so I guess maybe
eventually,
maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, they revealed that when they were filming, they knew that when they were in the pool, they couldn't have their mics on. So they would just chill in the pool all day and talk.
That's smart.
So maybe Noah and Abigail.
They are in the pool a lot. They are in the pool
like,
a lot. That's the only time you really ever see them shown is like you'll go over and like they're in the pool, they're eating food. That's like all you ever see of them.
Yeah, no.
But you would think they would like. You would think like when like Lil Jon's like, oh, we had some DL word thrown around. Like Abigail, no, how do you feel? Like something like that would be shown like once.
Honestly, with Hannah and Dylan, they probably showed when they said that they loved each other. It definitely hasn't happened between Abigail and Noah.
Yeah, probably not. But did you see Noah tweeted something like someone tweeted at him and was like, Noah and Abby haven't been shown at all. Like, have they just been the most boring people on the island? And he like responded like, you have no idea. So like, I don't know if that just means they fucked the whole time. Them. Yeah, but like they could be fun. But they could just be like no drama, which ABC would obviously not put them in anything. So that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing, but
the footage,
right. But moving along, Riley and Maurissa kind of lock up them. They had a very serious talk, like almost too serious for me to listen to. I was like, yo, this is getting way too deep. Like, let's get back to the drama. I respect it, but like, come on now. But kind of locked up, like, I don't know. Maurissa was kind of second guessing herself a little bit, annoying. But I think this locked it
Riley. Yeah, it took. So she pretty much sat him down and was like, "What's going on here? Why will you not open up to me? Like blah 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 blah."
Yeah.
And then Riley. That's when Riley just was floodgates open, and he just like shared his whole. I'm sure not all the details of it, but for sure not all the details of it. Shared his story of growing up and like his absent dad, his mom, like all of that stuff. It's like, why would you commit to anything if like the things you are supposed to commit to are just going to leave you anyway, sort of situation. Like he's just been raised in, he's a Detroit. He's out of freaking Detroit. Like, or his dad was at least. Like it's.
No, I think he is too. But
and I mean, we're from South Bend, Indiana. Like we can understand something to some certain degree of where we come from, but
for sure. And so I mean, it made sense. And then like I think like I said, I think it just locked up a lot of things that maybe Maurissa was overthinking, or maybe even he was. So like I think that relationship is very steady.
Maurissa was overthinking. Riley knew what he was doing.
For sure.
He's protecting himself, which I respect that.
Because what if she would have went on a date with DeMar? So like obviously it's like, I think after them not going on a date, because I think someone definitely probably relayed the message to Riley that DeMar was the one person that Maurissa said. So once they didn't, Riley was probably like, all right, I have nothing to worry about now. Like, because she's not gonna go. She's not gonna go for who was the first dude she was with? The guitar, the weird
Carl.
dude. Yeah, like if Carl walks back in, she's not going for him. So it's like he has nothing to worry about. So like, then he opens up, and then moving on, the storm. I love how Tia was like, I was worried about the rose, but now I'm worried about my life. It's like you're so worried that you're stopping for a 5-minute interview on a camera.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
okay.
literally relax.
Okay.
They
Okay.
made it sound so much worse. It's like we have modern weather
Yeah.
meteorology
Yeah.
equipment. Like they're going to get you out of there like days before you actually have to be worried about
Right.
it.
Yeah. And
You don't have like 5 minutes before the water cyclone hits. Like
you know what I think happened though?
What?
I think in the hotels where I'm pretty sure they weren't supposed to communicate or talk to like the opposite sex, Ivan and Chelsea, and that was what that little Wells sit down was like, you want to tell me something?
In the preview.
Because like, let's be real, like Chelsea, did she love Aaron? No, but like she vibed with him. But for Ivan to just walk up and then they just start making out, like that's a pretty big jump for on a rail show ceremony night.
Yeah, I love Chelsea, and I'm also, it's fuck girl fall. Like I am a fuck girl.
Yeah,
I can understand where
I'm
Chelsea's
sure you
kind of playing the field a little bit.
Yeah.
Play that field, bitch.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame her.
Yeah, I don't think Aaron blew everything way out of proportion more than he needed to, but also that gave Ivan an unfair advantage where I think there might have been situations where they like snuck out of their hotel rooms and linked up somehow. I don't know. Like,
you know about Ivan and Chelsea?
Like if they had their phones.
You know about Ivan and Chelsea? 100% they did something. Yeah, 100%.
And that's happened before. In I don't know what season of it, but it was a producer in one of the contestants, where the producer snuck into the contestants after she got eliminated, snuck into the contestants' hotel room. Yeah.
Wow.
Literally, and they ended up getting busted. Something about him jumping off a balcony and like breaking his leg.
Caught. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, they got caught as shit. Yeah,
wow.
You need to look that up. But that kind of shit happens, and Ivan's like, how does production overlook this shit? And it's like, I mean, the producer literally did that before.
But also, like, they are like grown men and women. They're not like in a Catholic school in 8th grade, so like they can't really necessarily like hound them 24/7 to see what these people are doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's a TV show. But what I was gonna say was, I think Aaron still had a chance, but his little catwalk, I think, closed the book.
The catwalk? Oh my God. That just reminded me. The last time I was in Dallas in May, I went to a drag brunch, and there was like a competition of like, you need to work the runway for Bad Bitch 2021. Guess who won?
You. Wow. You can teach Ed some moves.
You better work. Yes, I even got tips. I literally even got tips working the fucking runway.
Wow. Wow.
So, Aaron, try me.
Yeah. Well, he would have needed you like a few months ago, because I think that his catwalk might have gotten him eliminated.
It was, and the guys just like sitting, it was Ivan, Noah, and who was the third one?
Riley.
There were 3 guys, Riley, sitting and watching him, and they were like, I mean, we got to give him credit for like trying, but oh my God, like what is he doing is more or less what it was.
But also I think it's hilarious that like Ivan was watching. He probably saw that and was like, all right, I'm good. I am good.
Yeah, like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't need some, even when he made her walk the runway, like she's a supermodel and stuff, but she even felt like she seemed uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, you better work, bitch. Like, you better work like Aaron did. Aaron tried anyway.
He did try, but like, I don't know, like it was a tough one. Like I never thought that was a good couple to begin with. Like I was kind of like,
not solid.
They don't really look great together. They don't seem like 2 people who would really vibe together. Like Aaron seems like such a bro, and not like a New York Fashion Week bro, but like I'm gonna go to Miami and be with my bros on a boat.
He's a West Coast bro.
Yeah. And Chelsea is like that, like New York Fashion Week kind of girl. So like,
Yeah, you can tell the differences in them, like the East Coast and the West
Yeah,
Coast. Like
yeah.
you can tell the difference.
I will
in
say
them.
though, James, I did not know he was from Manhattan. He does not strike me as a New York guy the slightest bit.
He's from New York. He's from
You,
Manhattan,
you don't remember when he
or he
did
lives in
the
Manhattan.
paintings, he did the paintings, and he's like the one
Duh,
stoplight,
duh, duh,
and
duh,
I was
duh.
in New York.
Yes.
Yeah. And I was like,
Okay.
whoa, this bro does
Yeah.
not remind me of a person from Manhattan, New
No,
York.
that shocks me. He seems like more of a West Coast kind of like airhead dude.
West
I wonder
Coast
where,
or Boston. Like Boston, I could see, not Manhattan.
did he grow up in Manhattan? Did he?
I don't know because
live there now.
he did her painting as where she grew up, and I don't know if he said I'm pretty sure he said I'm from Manhattan. So like I was like, you're not striking me as a Manhattan, bro.
I don't know. There was someone that I worked with at the Tap in Bloomington in college, and he was a Manhattan kid, and I never would have guessed it in a million years. Literally ever in a million years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was just kind of like, okay, James, you don't strike me as that. But like that's why Aaron and Chelsea, like I didn't think they vibe because I thought they were the opposites too. So it's like, Aaron seems like the surfer Cali bro, and then like Chelsea seems like a New York City Fashion Week girl.
She's just like very about like she is focused.
Yeah, and I think Ivan vibes with her better, but like I don't know.
I think so too. I think honestly the only reason why Aaron is popping off, especially now that we're about to get the tea we're about to get next week, which is safe to assume that it has something to do with Chelsea and him talking during their hotel stay for the tropical storm.
Yeah,
like it's he must feel. I don't even at this point though. Do we? I guess we don't know whether or not Aaron knew about all of that happening. He didn't know about any of that happening because he said Ivan's never talked to Chelsea a single day until today, and now they're making out on the beach.
No, yeah, that's what he said. So
that's like, I mean, Chelsea's kind of caught.
Oh yeah.
Like,
well, even if it's not necessarily true that they're like sneaking out, even if it was like they saw each other once, like if it's put out there that, but I'm saying if it's put out there that it is, Aaron in his head, like they never talked before on the island and they talked one time in the hotel, like they clearly started hanging out and that's what happened. But, so like that'll be interesting. And then like, he's trying to fight, they're trying to fight, then Riley steps in and then like
he just wants to stay because Chelsea has the power. Aaron's freaking out.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, maybe I don't know, dudes are dudes. I'm not a freaking dude. I don't get it. Like I would never fight with some girl over a dude ever. Like literally ever.
Yeah, but that's why I wouldn't either, but that's why we wouldn't be on the Bachelor or Bachelorette because like
I know that's what I'm not drama enough.
It'd be like, all right, cool, I'm out. Like sick.
I'd just be like, okay, she wants him, fine, have him.
Right.
I don't care. I'm not even gonna fucking deal with it. If he wants to keep talking to me, I'll let him keep talking to me. But I'm not gonna square up with some bitch over some dude when there's plenty other fish in the sea. I don't give a shit about that dude anymore. Then if he wants to look other places, don't care.
See, this is why I have a problem with Riley though, because he was like I get it because he was like yelling at Aaron. Aaron was freaking out, probably being a little baby about the whole situation. But also, like, I guarantee if DeMar took Maurissa on a date, Riley would be a way different cat. And he would probably handle the situation somewhat similarly, the way he's handled a lot of these situations where he's gotten angry and stuff. So it's like, brother, like I get if you're just trying to calm the situation, but like don't act like you would be like calm, cool, and collected if like,
you're not. He wouldn't have been. He was literally sweating when DeMar even took Maurissa.
That's what I'm saying. And like honestly, even just seeing Maurissa talk, I think was a lot of the reason why he opened up to her too. He was like, damn, I gotta go for it. Like, fuck, like she can be with someone else. So it's like, if that made you that worried when they just talked, and like Maurissa probably has a good chance of saying no. Like you said, we don't even know. It's like, I mean, what are we doing here? Like,
what are we doing?
You can't be coming at him.
Yeah. Don't be a hypocrite. Yeah.
Exactly. But then like, so next week it'll start off with that. And then like, it's, there's only 2 episodes. So a lot's going to happen. People are going to be sent home. Who do you
3
think?
hours. Did you see 3-hour episode? I think either next week or the following.
It's got to be the finale.
3.
Yeah, that'll be wild. That's a
3
lot
hours.
of information.
Oh my God.
It's a lot of
3 hours.
information.
This is what they do.
That's a lot of information. But what I was gonna say is, so Tia, Natasha, and Chelsea are the 3 females who we have zero clue who they're picking.
Yeah.
Well, not zero clue, but there's options for multiple people. Who do you think Tia picks? Who do you think Natasha picks? And who do you think Chelsea picks?
I think Natasha will end up picking Ed anyway, unless she throws a sympathy rose to Ivan out of left field. So that's Natasha.
Okay.
I think Tia. Oh God, I want Tia to pick James, but
okay, yeah.
She may be an idiot.
Pick.
Okay, I'm gonna say Tia picks James.
Okay.
And then Chelsea, Chelsea might just like end up dipping out, honestly.
I know, like, I can see her just being like,
yeah, like I can just see her being like, I'm not getting involved with this. I'm fucking out of here. These men are literally boxing over me.
Yeah. Yeah,
unless it seems like, correct me if I'm wrong from the preview, did we see Aaron in any of like the nighttime previews for next week?
Did, but I'm starting to think that was a previous one that they showed as a preview to act like he's on it next week.
Yeah, so depending on how heated next week gets, I have a feeling, I mean, in all God's honest truth, Ivan kind of instigated it in terms of he was like, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Like, he was the first one kind of instigating Aaron to like get more riled up.
He kept talking. Riled up. He kept talking to him like, you come to me. What are you going to do about it? You're mad that I kissed her? What are you going to do about it? And it's like, bro, like, just chill out. Come on, man.
Like, just,
you know how Ivan kept saying about,
what are you going to do about it? Just have a conversation like a freaking adult.
You know how Ivan kept saying about Thomas or whoever, he was like, that's trash bag behavior. Like, he said that like all the time.
Oh my God. Like, he's
brother.
A snaky little bitch. He's just a bitch boy.
Ivan.
Aaron was like, he's built like a damn chopstick. I'll break him over.
Yeah. But I agree with you on the rose ceremony. I think that's a pretty solid guess for the 3.
Ivan or Aaron, though. It's probably gonna be Ivan.
Or does DeMar come in and steal it after they just beat morons?
They both could get kicked out, yeah, and DeMar is the person, but only because
no. Ivan's talk with Wells was at night.
At night, that's what I'm saying. That's the only reason why I think they're both there until maybe Aaron. I don't know. Aaron might end up leaving, or Ivan gets kicked off after he sits down and talks to Wells, and he's like, "Yo, the production overlooked this, and we broke rules. Like blah 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 blah. This is what led up to this." Argument. This is why this argument happened, just to be completely frank.
Right.
And then Wells, they might just be like, okay, you broke the rules, you're out.
Yeah, I could see that for sure, especially because like they are like kind of weird about rules. So if like they do find like information, like they're definitely kicking him out. Like he's gone. He's done.
Yeah.
Trash bag behavior. Gone.
Yeah. Trash bag.
Like he kept, that's all he said. I was like, bro, stop saying that fucking word. But
little bitch.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. The next week will be very interesting. I think the last episode, unless some wild things happen, like I think we kind of know what's going to happen in the last episode. Next week's will be interesting because you have people like, because of the guy drama.
In the preview of the show, though, next week, it seems like, I don't know if Kenny was talking to Mari, and he was like, it was all passion at first, but now it's not.
Yeah.
Here. I don't know if that's just a preview trying to explain his situation with Mari Demi, because Mari's like, well, what was all this about? Like, if we're going to move forward and get engaged, like, we need to get past all of this, like, Demi muck. And then he could just be like, it was passion at the beginning. Now it's absolutely nothing. Like, Yeah.
They easily could be playing that up to like put some drama behind that, being like, look at them, they're fighting. But then it's like in reality, it might just be like they were talking through everything.
Or Kenny just has commitment issues and doesn't want to leave with putting a ring on someone's finger and is like pulling out every excuse in the book he can possibly think of.
Well,
but also like Kenny
40,
and Maury
so
both, like I just can't even look at them the same.
he is 40, so like it's not that far out to be like, oh, he's definitely got commitment issues and blah 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 blah.
He for sure not. He's into the realm of having commitment issues.
100%. So
I was just saying to one of my friends today, I was like, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be the friend that's still single at 40, and like all of my married friends will like hit me up and be like, yo, I need to have a girls' night. And I'll be like, I'm your fucking girl.
The Kenny of the group is what you're saying. You're ripping on Kenny because you see yourself as Kenny. Is that why you do that? Wow. Nope. You're ripping on him because you think of it.
It's not the commit. It is the commit. That's the only thing Kenny and I have in common is commitment issues. But I'm not.
You walk around naked all the time.
Like no, I have commitment issues. I'll tell you that much. And I'm okay with being the single friend. Kenny is the person who's having denial about who he is as a person, whereas I am fully aware of who I am.
Okay, fair. But we'll see when you're 40. We'll see. We'll see. And if it is, I'm going to bring back to this moment. I'm going to say, look what you said about Kenny. Look what you said about Kenny.
I get literal star tattoos right above my crown too.
Yeah, I mean, the new tramp stamp.
Next time I go to the Jersey Shore, I'll
put it in the front. So, but all right, we'll be back next week. Big episode next week again. We're getting down to the final 2 episodes. Yeah, so get excited.
Bachelorette starts the next week, actually.
Then Bachelorette starts with Michelle, who I liked from Matt's season. So this should be a good season. I think a lot of guys will be in it, and we find out who the next Bachelor is from Michelle's season, supposedly. So
allegedly,
yeah, big season for Michelle's season. And then the last 2 episodes of Paradise, which Paradise is the best one of the 3. So
I told you, it's so short, but they have us so tight.
It's definitely the best. And honestly, I could just I would honestly like if they just kept bringing a little more people in, and then if like you felt the need to leave, like you're that close, you can leave, and then like you still win, and like just keep doing it. Like that'd be awesome.
That's why I'm like, someone nominate me to be on The Bachelor just so
to go
I
can
sell myself for Bachelor in Paradise.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I want to do.
Make a splash night 1 and get sent home night 1 at The Bachelor, and then you're able to go on The Bachelor in Paradise. So as
long as famous enough from night 1, grocery store Joe is unheard of. Like he really is.
Yeah, he really, because he's like a star now. So, but. Yeah. All right. We'll be back next week. We'll see everyone then. Peace.